I'm going to give you a little bit I'm going to give you an introduction. So y'all, welcome to our Diamond and Above call. And for those of you who are new diamonds on this call, congratulations on being here. I know we're going to have several new diamonds after this month as we've been kind of racing to diamonds since conference. We are going to share this because I truly believe the message that you're going to hear today is one in which, whether you're brand new, whether you're a diamond, whether you're a top leader, it is a message you cannot hear enough because of how it really emphasizes the power of the relationship and knowing people. They're hardwiring, you know, like how God created them to be, which when we can understand who they are and how who they are fits so uniquely in this company, it's going to change everything. And that comes down to relationship, and relationship comes down to spending time. And so, yay, Kim Nichols, congratulations. So again, you're not going to hear a lot from me today because I'm going to really toss it over to Ashley. Ashley has just become a student of the color personality. She's built her business on color personalities. Many of you might know Ashley because of the message they send on paying off debt and becoming debt free. And I think, yes, absolutely. But I think even more is Ashley's understanding of color personalities and the power of not only recruiting with understanding the personalities, but building an organization with the strengths and even the weaknesses of the color personalities and how we use that to truly empower people to build an amazing business. So Ashley, you have to start by telling a little bit of your story and then let's just get right into the content.
Yes! Hello, everybody. So first of all, I'm always so honored anytime I'm asked to speak, share. Cami, thank you just for your kind words. So if you don't know who I am, my name is Ashley Mayfield. I'm an ambassador, and next month is going to be my 6-year anniversary, which is so crazy. You know, we always say time flies when you're having fun, and I've really just been having a blast. I love it. 6 years ago, my life was a lot different. If you don't know my story, I was a full-time retail manager. My husband was a pastor on staff at church, and honestly, we just felt like we were square pegs in round holes. Has anybody ever felt that way? You felt like there was something more in your life. You felt like, y'all, light this chat up, okay? I need the energy. I need to feel y'all. Come on, baby. We're going to lean in for the next 50 minutes, okay? We either going to be here, Cammy's going to shut us off in 50 minutes, or we're going to be here till midnight, okay? And pouring out the midnight oil, okay? That's how I roll. But I was not this confident 6 years ago. I really wasn't. I might have presented myself confident. I might have presented myself self-assured. And I assure you, I wasn't. But I knew that my life needed to change. And I happened to follow someone for 18 months online. I kind of worked out all the kinks in my head behind the scenes, like, is it a scam? Is it fake? Whatever, all of that during that 18 months. And honestly, she just showed me the one thing that I couldn't resist, and that was freedom. She had the life that I wanted. And you know, that saying, when the pain of change is less than the pain of staying the same. When the pain of change is less than the pain of staying the same, change still sucks, but I realized that me changing my life was worth it. And so I jumped in. My story goes all over the place, but I, you know, now it sounds cute, like I'm at the top of the company, blah, 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 but really my life changed at Double Diamond. And I'm here to tell you, I know many of you, maybe you need to get that diamond back and get that Q10 by the end of this month, okay? Or maybe you just need to elevate and go to the next level. Our life changed at Double Diamond. That's when I had to learn. I went from Ruby to Double in a 5-month period. I was burning the candle at both ends. I did whatever it took to get the job done. Have you ever been there in your business where it was just steamrolling, momentum, go, 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 go? And I did that, but the problem is I was bulldozing over people in my organization, and I didn't realize that. And unintentionally, it's always unintentional, right? Like, you'd really have to be a special type of jerk to do that intentionally. Amen. Can I get an amen? Okay. A little bit of Pastor Mayfield might come out. I apologize. Okay. So you never know which way I'm going to say, you know, mother trucker, or we're going to start praying. I don't know how it's going to go today. But a lot of my life changed at Double Diamond. We did take advantage of the comp plan and pay off $63,801.99 at Double Diamond, solely Double Diamond. Phenomenal. Okay. You can do powerful things in your money, but the money follows the growth. Drop that in the chat. Money follows the growth. Your income will always follow your growth. And something sad happened when I went double diamond. My team started leaving twice as fast as they were coming in. And I had to take an honest look in the mirror and say, what is it within me? And I just realized in that moment, I turned to the color personalities. Funny, believe it or not, I know she's on the Zoom, but it was actually Tamika Davis. Let me just go ahead and give honor where honor is due. She spoke about a book on a Zoom one day, and for some reason, the Holy Spirit told me I need to read that book. And it was John C. Maxwell's 5 level of leadership, and it talked about level 2 is relationship. I was like, well, I'm not a level 2 leader, check. And I was a level 3 leader, but it said in level 3, if you don't go back and build relationships, then your building's gonna crumble. And I realized in that moment I wasn't a yellow, and I kind of dove into the color personality. So if you're not familiar with the color personality, I just wanna real quick walk through it. Hopefully you can see my screen. Can I have a thumbs up real quick from somebody, if you can see my screen? Awesome, thank you. Okay, so real quick, I just want to kind of go over what each color is if this is the first time that you are hearing about it, but then don't hop off. I do want to walk you through how you can implement this in your marketing and how you can use this within your downline. Who wants to build a strong team? Drop a 1. Who wants to actually take advantage of what this business offers, which is residual income? Drop a 1. Who actually wants to have leaders where you feel like you can put your phone down, you feel like you can go on vacation, you feel like you can trust, empower, delegate, raise up? Drop a 1, okay? Like that is what it is that we want. And some of us, we, like a little bit more control than others. And I valued so much what Cami said. I need to read that book, Multipliers, clearly, because I know my gift can definitely cast shadows. And it is something I've become more aware of in the last 6 months. But let's dive into the colors. First, reds, okay? And maybe you're like, I don't know what color I am. Just hear all the colors and then we'll chalk it up. But if you know you're a red, go ahead and drop the word red in the chat below. Reds are internally driven. I always say there's a fire on the inside of us that can't be quenched. We're extremely dominant. We are self-focused. We like money, we like title, we like status, we like power. I always say we could be dying in a car accident with our arms severed off and we are still gonna find a way to sign that distributor, okay? We are turned on by the chase, we're turned on by the pursuit. We love growth, we love progress, we love evolution, and at the end of the day, we are going to execute because the job has to get done. Like the job has to get done. And so funny, I'm reading a book with some of my leaders, and John C. Maxwell talks about how noticed one of his leaders one time came in, walked right past a group of people, and went into the office. And we had to talk about both and John C. Maxwell had to go and have a conversation with him about it. And we had to talk about both perspectives, like, hey, yes, we have to stop and acknowledge people, but at the end of the day, we have to have that one personality that's like, okay, the job has to get done, right? And sometimes that's a red. We focus on execution. Where are my blues at? I love blues. Blues are feeling-oriented people, and they're people-oriented. Blues, like I got like 30% of blue in me, okay? Like we're energetic, we got charisma, we got passion, baby. We are creative, we're spontaneous. We are like, I do not consume alcohol. Could y'all imagine me drunk? Like, I have an addictive personality. I'd like have to be the best. That's like blues, okay? But a blue is totally that personality. Hold my beer. I'm gonna go jump off the roof, okay? Those are those type of people. I love blues. I always say whenever I have dominant blues, like we will literally talk to everybody in a cockroach. Whoever got ISS, whoever got in trouble for in-school suspension, this girl, okay, they'd be like, Miller, that was my maiden name. They're like, Miller, you can't talk to people. And then they'd make me face the wall in school suspension. And then I talk to the wall. Okay. Like we just can't, we talk to cockroaches. We talk to everybody. But blues are very much, we're driven by our emotions. We're driven by FOMO, fear of missing out. We wear our heart on our sleeves. Where are yellows at? Where are yellows? They are the people oriented. They're servant oriented predominantly. Yellows are driven externally. So if you notice on this, reds and yellows are polar opposites. And what's really cool about the color personality is you really have to identify your all of these colors. You're your top 2 colors. And so if you ever feel like, man, I'm a really big go-getter, but like I love helping other people, you might be a red yellow or a yellow red. Yes, you can be 2 polar opposite colors, okay? And that's where it gets a little tricky. But yellows are the opposite of reds. They have an internal fire, and there are a lot of commonalities there between those 2 colors as well. But yellows typically feel affirmed and fulfilled when they're serving other people. And I think that and it honestly like really, I'm not a yellow, but it like 7% yellow, but it offends me when I feel like people talk about yellows as like like a weak color. Absolutely not. In fact, I truly believe, and again, mind you, 7% yellow. I truly believe yellows are one of the most powerful colors. And the reason being is because they have a quality about them that no other color has. They're a chameleon, meaning they have the capacity to almost shape shift depending on their environment. So I always use this example as a teacher. We have any teachers in the house? Okay, Cami, there you go. So a teacher obviously cares about the mission of the students, wants to serve the students, but a teacher knows how to walk in a classroom, put the blue hat on, and make the students laugh. Teacher knows how to put her red hat on and command authority in the classroom. Teacher also knows how to make sure that there's system, structure, grades are getting done, right? And so yellows can shapeshift depending on what their environment needs. Unlike us blues, yellows are very reliable. Yellows are very dependable, and they're driven by impact. They're driven by relationship, and they're driven by having and seeing other people win. And then last but definitely not least are the greens. Where are the greens at? They're super task oriented. And again, they're the opposite of blues. And if you're a green blue or a blue green color combo, there's just like a red yellow, there could feel like a hurricane on the inside of you. People absolutely drain you. You probably think people are stupid, but yet they energize you as well. And greens are all very task oriented. They value order, they value structure, they value systems. These are strong individuals. They're highly intelligent, they're very loyal. They value organization. Where are my greens that have a planner for their planner for their planner? Okay, you probably have like 5 planners. They're analytical, and they just want the facts. They want the brass tacks bottom line. And these colors absolutely changed my life. And it impacted my family first. I realized, like, me and Jason were both reds, so we both value the hustle, we both value a strong work ethic, and we're both like driven, we want to win. But my husband swings green and I swing blue. So anybody ever like have really intense arguments? Like, we're either power couple or it could be like World War III. We're growing though, we're growing. But you know, my husband is very structured. He values a schedule in our household, and I'm a lot more like, my kids would live off of Pop-Tarts and cereal, and we'd probably jump on the couch all day, okay? And so it's really interesting when you understand these different colors, how you can actually bring a lot of understanding and healing in even your interpersonal relationships and within your family unit. But I wanted to share something that I had the opportunity to teach at Bradenton Road Rally, and that was really how you can implement, I'm going to share something different, how you can implement this into your marketing. If you really, like, what's really cool is when I'm talking about, we all want strong distributors. Can you drop a 2?
Hold on, Ashley, hold on one second. If you all have not taken a photo of this yet, like, get your cameras out. Nope. Ashley, you can go back. You can go back. I just want to take a minute to edify everything you're doing here. And I know she's talking a million miles a minute because she's trying to give you everything she knows. But I don't know that I've ever seen the color personalities actually put out here the way that Ashley teaches them. She's got an incredible gift. She's about to teach you how to post on social media with your color personalities, and not even because it's your primary, but because of what you're trying to attract. And I mean, this is gold. So get your cameras out, take a photo, and then make sure anybody you know that's diamond and higher doesn't miss a diamond and above call again, because I can't promise we're always going to record them, but this is the kind of stuff we're going to make sure is getting lined up. Ashley, this is amazing. By the way, can we just take a time out for a second? Because you were the first person in my life that actually knew my color. Most people, and when I said, what do you think my color is? Y'all went, red, red, red. Like, everybody's like, red. I'm not red. I'm not red. Ashley, what color am I?
You're a yellow.
Why am I yellow?
Because you care about people. You care about people, you care about relationships, you prioritize that. And what's really interesting is people will see you in different aspects. Like, if you've ever, not that I've ever been to Disney World with Cami at 5 o'clock at night, when she turns into a blue, where she walked through security and then told the security guy that I had something inappropriate in my bag, so he searched me. Yeah, Cami would never do that to you. Her blue, I was like, Cami Pentecost, I'm gonna get arrested and I'm gonna tell your father.
Oh my God.
So yes, Cami definitely swings blue, but she swings red and she's not afraid. But that's that yellow. That's that strength of being a yellow on the inside of her. And then I think like me and you both kind of struggle with that green, but that's why we got Mira Denning. Praise the Lord. Like,
Yeah. But when you say task oriented and when you're talking numbers, I'm like, oh, guilty, because I'm very task oriented. I'm not good with a calendar and 18,000 calendars, but I am very task oriented. I like to check things off.
that's
And
very yellow as well.
oh, it
Yellows
is.
and greens. So when you look at the color combos, reds and blues are usually the people. They want to talk to people face to face. Greens and yellows would rather more tasks. So yes, yellows value impact, and yellows value. And this is just obviously my own personal biased opinion as doing this for 4.5 years. But yellows value the impact, but yellows don't necessarily like people. People can drain yellows just as much, but yellows value instruction, they value tasks, they value checking things off, they value understanding what's expected of them. A lot of times yellows, and actually love recruiting yellows, because a yellows like to be told what to think because they don't want to get in trouble. And maybe yellows, if this is you now, a high functioning yellow like will learn how to think for themselves, learn, like Cami, you're a very high functioning person, but when we all come into this business, we typically have no personal development experience 9 times out of 10, right? 9 people out of 10. And so we're very low functioning on all levels. Okay. And like my blue can be very low functioning if I don't manage it appropriately. And because petty is my favorite color. But yellows like to be told what to think because they don't want to get in trouble, and they're very task oriented and just like, tell me what to do. And so I would joke like, well, I love recruiting yellows because yellows like to be told what to do, and I like to be bossy. So there we go. We're like a match made in heaven. But yes, Cami, you're a yellow.
So as we dive into the rest, I just wanted you guys to understand like what is about to be thrown at you here over the next 30 to 40 minutes. You're going to want to take screenshots. You're going to want to take serious notes. I'm going to interject very, very little. I'm going to be in the chat room. Ashley, just tell us everything we can learn as much as possible.
Yeah, I even joked from stage like I want to write a book on this. I'm so passionate about it, and I think it's I'm learning. I do not come to you guys from the mountaintop. I know I might sound postured, but I have been implementing this in my life for 4.5 years. But I promise you, like I come to you guys from the valley. Okay, I am working on this every single day. But can you guys see my screen for the marketing? Thumbs up, you can see it. Okay, awesome. So I want to walk you through, we all want to recruit strong distributors, correct? We all want to recruit people that, this is something that I said from Bradenton. You are not called to be a well-rounded person. Okay, it's even in the Bible. Pastor Mayfield, come out for a second. There's a reason my thumb doesn't taste and my ear doesn't see. Amen? Because that would be freaking weird. Okay, you are not called to be a well-rounded individual. I have learned the value of leaning into my strengths, which is being a red blue, and everything else. Like I'm a strength-based leader, but you are called to lead a well-rounded team. So if you want a team that is going to go ambassador, if you want a team that is going to go to the top, and again, I started implementing this at Double Diamond, so this is right in up your guys' alley. You need a well-rounded team, and right now I have that. I have a leadership advisory board. I call them my lab, leadership advisory board, and I've got reds, yellows, greens, blues. Like we have all the colors on it, and it's important that your business is well-rounded. So as I walk through these marketing things, maybe you want to know how to attract a certain color. Maybe you're like, oh my God, like I went through a season of my business where all I was attracting was greens, and I had to go ask my greens, like, what am I doing? And they're like, well, every post you make talks about systems, talks about like structure. And I'm like, oh my gosh, okay, it's the verbiage I'm using. And so this is not about manipulating mindsets. This is about influence. Manipulation and influence are the same skill set. It's just different intent, okay? And this is about influence. You have the capacity through your verbiage, through your posting, through your storytelling to influence who you attract to you, okay? And so if you want to attract a certain color personality, I want you to drop that color below. If you're like, I need more reds in my business, I need more fun, like I'm not a fun individual, I need more blues. If you're like, holy crap, like I'm not driven by relationship, I need more yellows. Or if you're like, hey, there's no structure, we need help around here, I need some greens, go ahead and drop that, okay? And it's, again, very, very normal. For you do not have to be all the colors. In fact, I implore you, do not be all the colors. You are setting yourself up for failure. You should not be well-rounded, but your team should. So let's dive in. If you want to attract people that are more red, I think it's important that you understand how reds think. Reds are all about results. We believe we're the best. Where are the reds at? Drop a 3 below if you think that. Like, you're not, like, that your crap don't stink, but you still think you're the best, okay? But here's the deal. If you want a red, don't tell me you're the best. Show me you're the best. Because we think everyone else is lying. We think there's a facade behind everybody, like, because no one's winning all the time. And so if you really want to attract a red in your organization, you need to show them your enrollments, obviously within being compliant, show them that you're earning bonuses, show them that you're building your team, show them your vision of where you're going. You must show them, okay? Next, I said show the hustle. This is really important because you're probably never going to attract a powerhouse red by showing a vacation. You're never going to attract a powerhouse red. You want to know why? Because reds don't take vacations. We work on vacations, okay? We don't put our phone down. We're on our phone in the bedroom. We're on our phone on the toilet. We're working all the time. Where are my reds at? Is this true? Okay, like the hustle is always on because we're driven by the hustle. We're driven by the chase. And so if you're constantly, and I'm not knocking anyone that's posting vacations. I'm just saying, don't be shocked when you get a lot of blues because they're about the lifestyle. Reds want the money, we want the flashy, but we want security, we want power. Like, that's going to attract us more than anything. So show the hustle behind your work. Show that you can make money while you're in the car line. Show that you can make money while you're in the grocery store line. And a lot of times you might be like, oh, I get to buy these groceries for my family. You're going to attract a yellow. You'll be like, oh my gosh, not only y'all, I don't have to dip into my savings account. My side hustle pays for all my groceries. Do you notice it's the same story? It's two different ways I'm positioning it, right? Oh, I get to provide for my family. I'm so excited. You're going to get a yellow. They care about family. Reds don't care about their family. Reds care about themselves. Okay, we're very self-focused. And so, but you have to show us the hustle. You have to show us how you're working the business. And next is the potential of this business. If you want to attract a red into your organization, I'm talking about a high-functioning powerhouse red, you have to show them that you can live a life where you don't ask permission, that you can live a life with no limits, and that you get to be the boss. And that is exactly what this business opportunity has. We have a limitless opportunity in our hands, and you want to exude that to your reds. And when you diction is so funny. You know, people say, oh, words don't matter. No, words absolutely do matter. I learned how to shift 2 or 3 of my words. My sales went up exponentially, okay? Words matter. And the way that you tell your story, it absolutely matters. So let's talk about blues. Maybe your business is a little boring and you need to attract some blues in your world, okay? You definitely need a blue. You want to be able to talk about the incentives. Who has already qualified or plans on qualifying for the Dominican Republic? Drop a 2 in the chat, okay? All of my girls, shout out Ida, be sending voice memos today. So Punta Cana, I'm over here like white girling it up, like, oh, the Punta Cana, like I'm just gonna say the DR trip, okay? But you want to talk about the incentives that this company offers. You want to talk about that trip. You want to talk about, oh, I've got one more step to qualify, whatever. But when you show them the incentives, it is going to attract them. These are the vacation people, okay? When you want to talk about the fun in the lifestyle, you want to talk about buying new shoes, you want to talk about going shopping. You like blues love the lifestyle. You know, if you want to attract blues, you need to talk about how you're going to lunch with the girls on a Monday. Show every detail to freedom. Blues, again, 30% blue over here. We hate being caged. Where are my blues at? You should be getting loud in the chat right now, okay? Like, we don't like parameters. We don't like rules. We are the rebels. Don't put parameters around me. I just want freedom. We are like that dog that gets caged and we just want to get out, okay? And so you want to share the freedom that you have, the freedom to stay home with your child, the freedom to not ask permission. Those are all going to attract a blue. If you're looking to attract a yellow, remember, yellows are driven by relationship. I went through my business last year and I kept saying, oh, I'm not driven by relationship. I'm not driven by relationship. And my life coach, I've seen the same life coach for 3 years. And she was like, hold up, this don't make no gosh darn sense. How are you a high achieving woman and you built these businesses and you say you're not driven by relationship? And I had to get clear that to me, relationship looks like growth. And so I realized like we're all driven by relationship. We were designed by a God to create us to be used in relationship, but relationship means something different to everybody. And so maybe, and if you're not driven by relationship, like in a sense of just like building community, maybe drop a 4. It's okay that you're not driven that way, but you need that in your business. You might not care about, knowing your team's why. You might not care about those things, but you need that in your leadership on somewhere in your organization. So you got to attract some yellows. And so, it's really important that if you want to attract more yellows, you're talking about who you're doing this for, which for yellows, it's typically their family, right? I always know when it's a yellow. When I'm talking to a potential, I'm like, oh, what has you interested? And they're like, oh, well, I just want to be able to put my kids in extracurriculars, or my husband works overtime and I want to be able to alleviate the pressure. I'm like, okay, yellow, let's go. Okay. And so I make sure that I cater part of my story to that yellow. Because yes, I wanted freedom. Yes, my red was driven me, but I was sick of missing moments with my kids. And my husband. And so I can share that part of my story. But really start marketing your family, market your kids, and you're going to attract those yellows. Something for me, you are going to have high functioning yellows in your network. And if you want to attract those high functioning yellows understand that they also need to fill their cup up too. Where are my yellows at? Drop a yes if that makes sense to you. Like you're fulfilled taking care of everybody else, but you also understand that you matter too. You might struggle putting yourself first, but you know you matter. And so when you market and posture yourself that this business can be something that they get to do for themselves, maybe you're like the mom that lost herself, or you kind of get lost in just being the stay-at-home mom. You get to posture that, oh my gosh, I'm so excited I get to help other women, really take their story back and take their identity back. Yellows value that, and yellows value community. So if you want to attract a yellow, I think it's really important that you're marketing that you're doing this with a team. And Cami says it all the time, you're in business for yourself, but not by yourself. You know what I mean? And you're able to attract and share the marketing or the community aspect of it that you're a part of, even if you don't have your own yet. And then last but not least, if you want to attract greens are very simple. These, they probably come off a little heartless. Greens do have a heart, I promise you. They just like the stone cold facts, okay? And so if you want to attract more greens in your business, and can I just say, we all need a green. Shout out my bestie, Mira. Like, Mira has single-handedly saved our ambassador chat many times just by answering our questions, okay? You need a green that's going to go get the information. And so greens want to see the money, period, point blank. They want to know it's worth their time. And so how are you showing them, how are you marketing our new Fast Start bonus program? How are you marketing the 150s and 350s? That matters. You can show that our company, maybe you don't, and I understand that some people on here, you might feel like an orphan, or maybe you don't have a team that you're a part of, but you get to share your team has systems that are easy to follow, especially if you have new distributors. They can still market that. But also our company has easy to follow systems that duplicate, right? And then I really think greens value control more than anything, okay? And this is why greens just value control. They want to be the teacher, they want to be the boss. And when you get to posture yourself, if you want to attract those greens, that you have control of your life, and that you can go at the pace you want, that is really, really going to turn them on. I also want to share with you real quick something that I made on a way that you can implement this into your leadership, okay? If you're really wanting to develop your leaders, if you're really wanting to empower some people on your team. Can you see that one okay? The leadership one? Yeah, good. Okay, awesome. So if you are wanting to empower people on your team, again, take a screenshot of this. This is something that I've implemented since the beginning of the year, and I'm constantly building with my leadership advisory board is, as a red, where are my reds and greens at? Let's talk to you guys for a second, okay? We both value control. We both value ownership. We both don't like delegating. Reds, we have an expectation of people. Where are my reds at? Let's be honest for a second, okay? We set really high expectations of people because we expect a lot out of ourselves. And so we get disappointed when people don't match our pace. That is not okay. We should not be that way, okay? That is low functioning. I'm there with you. I'm coming to you from the valley. And greens don't like repeating themselves because they said it one time and they're like, well, I said it. Why don't you get it? And it's yeah, you said that 3 weeks ago, but your person's brand new and they still don't know what BV means, right? And so I really think it's important in leadership. And again, this is something that I'm still walking through myself just over the last 3 months of really empowering your people. And as a red and as a green, not being in control of everything. And we've got to realize that we will go further, faster once we empower and stop being so stiff, okay? And so if you have reds in your downline, I think it's really important that you can like connect with them. And so think about the body. Reds are like the legs of your organization. Blues are like the spirit in your organization. Yellows are the heart, and greens are the brain. Okay, if you need like a physical representation. But reds are going to run. Reds are going to move. You should help bring a strong red up and help them create the game plan for your organization. What's the vision for that month? Like we have a vision for the year, but we have a focus for the month. We have a macro goal and a micro goal, and reds can be used in that capacity. Obviously, you don't just want to pick any red, any blue, any yellow, any green. They've got to have, they got to be trustworthy. They got to be, you know, there's you got to prove yourself to be in leadership. Okay, I'm sorry, that's just how it is. But they're gonna be amazing at helping you make a game plan. Like, how many 4-1s does your team want this month? Does your team right now, drop a yes or no? Does your team have a goal for how many 4-1s your entire team is gonna do? Drop a yes or no in the chat. Thank you for being honest, Caitlin. You're the first one. You ripped that Band-Aid off. Okay, so like tisk tisk, okay? So if you're not a red, pull a red in and start vision casting. And that's something you should do for your organization. You've got to set that standard. You've got to set that bar. And I'll just go ahead and drop a freebie. I know that everybody likes to say, aim for the stars, land on the moon. You don't do that when you're first building momentum. You actually make attainable goals. That way you can start that ball of momentum. And then once you have learned how to trust yourself, then you stretch and stretch and stretch. Okay, but that was for free. So game plan with your reds. I need to go faster. Game plan with your reds. How many 150s do you want? How many 350s is your team going for? Reds are extremely confident and bold, so you can use them as mindset mentors. I like to do a lot of times like in the different legs of my organization. I'm OG, so I've got 6 legs. But in the different legs of my organization, if I have a red leader, I like to take that leader and have them do like a special training for another team to like pour some red, confident, bold mindset. And so don't be afraid to use your reds. Your reds are going to say things that maybe you are not a red and you're like hesitant to say. No, I'm going to say it all. I actually have a Mario hat. It's out there. I have a Mario hat that I've trained my team. When I put the Mario hat on, it gives me permission to be red. It's a Mario spit and fire. That's not for me. That's for my team to say, holy crap, brace for impact. Mayfield's going to say it the way it needs to be said. How many of you know sometimes things just have to be said the way they need to be said? Okay, like they just do. I'm sorry. And reds, we're up for the job every single time. Tap me in, okay? But reds are extremely confident, and I also think reds they're your hustlers. They're gonna let you know what's working and what's not working. Because I'm gonna tell you right now, it's gonna be a cold day before I try something 8 to 10 times before I'm sliding in one of my sideline sister being like, yo, what's working? Yo, how's it working for you? I tried it 8 to 10 times. It's going to be a cold day before a red ever tries something 100 times and doesn't say anything. Okay. And I know like a lot of you yellows might do that. Or like greens might do that. We're like, well, like we want effectiveness. Okay. And so reds are going to help you with that. Blues, you can empower blues in your organization because they're the spirit, they're the fun, and create spaces for there to be fun in your business. Again, you do not have to be a part of the fun. You just have to facilitate it. Okay. That's the beauty of creating a well-rounded team. Something simple that you can do with your blues right now, me and one of my blue leaders, Alicia, I see you on here, baby. We do every Friday, we do a FOMO drip in our team page. What's that FOMO drip? It's all about, you could be about Q10 bonuses. It could be about the Dominican Republic trip, but we're intentionally dripping FOMO. Like, oh, you're going to miss out. You're going to miss out. Why? Because some people in your organization are driven by FOMO. And how many of you have ever reached a goal? Drop a me. How many of you have ever reached a goal just because you didn't want to be left out? You didn't think you can do it, but you were like, you didn't even need to be number 1, but you're like, I'm sure as heck not going to be left behind. Okay. Yeah. That's kind of how I went ambassador. I was like, all these other girls aren't going to get it. And I'm not, I can't be left behind. It's how I got to Costa Rica. Okay. Like I'll be number 20 getting to Costa Rica. I don't care, but I'm getting it. I'll be holding onto the wheel of the plane. Okay. But you can have them FOMO drip, whatever direction you guys are going in, or all the incentives the company has. You want to have them hype the vision. I realized like when we started talking about vision, I actually had to have Arlisha communicate the vision because she's so amazing as a blue. Blues are the communicators, you guys. Reds, we might create the vision, but blues communicate it because they speak to the spirit. They speak to everything that's going on. And she was just really effective in that communication, and she hyped the business up. And so I wanted to pass that along. We've also done like a bingo game in our organization. And so there's different things that you can empower blues and use. Yellows are the heart of the organization. Again, you might not value community. It might not be how your cup is filled, but people in your downline need it. And so we have yellows. I would encourage you to empower your yellows. And you want to know what's funny is about 6 weeks ago, speaking of my leader, Arlisha, who's on, me and Arlisha were like, hey, we're going to do a book club in April. And then like, once I taught this in Bradenton, I was like, me and Arlisha, we have no business doing a book club. Like, we should be doing red and blue things, you know? And so it's like, I'm already brainstorming the next people, and I'm already communicating to the next people next month who's going to start doing our team book clubs, because I don't have any business doing that, right? That's not how I'm driven. But yellows should be doing your book clubs. Yellows should be finding those success stories in your downline. Who's that new person? Maybe you're at a higher level. Maybe you're on here and you're VIP, you're ambassador, and you can't be connected to the bottom, okay? I remember when I was at the bottom, I was like, I'll never be an ambassador not connected to the bottom. You can't. You're doing your team a disservice if you touch everybody, okay? And you can't touch everybody. But you can empower a yellow leader to go within the depths of your organization and to pull out those success stories. Who did come in and get their 401 in the first 7 days? Who did come in and get that Q10 bonus? Who has qualified? I don't know, who has signed 14 easy in their first day of being in the business. You can find these success stories and bring them to the forefront for inspiration. I also think that yellows can do like community style Zooms where people have the opportunity. Like, we've created moments in our organization that are more teaching, and then we've created more moments that are more community driven, because we've really understood, since this 401 was launched in September, the value of allowing people to have a space to share their story and to ask questions, and just being able to hear stories. We all know facts tell, but stories sell. So being able to build that belief within your organization, your yellows, the heart of your business, can help you do that. And then last but not least, if you have greens in your business, greens are the brains of the operation. They're so organized, they're meticulous. They should be over your giveaways, okay? They can help you develop the systems. They can ask questions. They can wear that critical hat, and it's not from a place of doom and gloom. It's actually from a place of them, they want to succeed. So they think all the different aspects through. And so one way that I've just empowered Bree and one of my leaders, Lisa, they both kind of wear those green hats, is just being able to really bring product information, like what's the data that's going on in the company, the data between new products launching, business coming. The greens can really be your teacher. And so I just think it's really important as we are developing and recruiting new people, and the whole point of the 4-1 is to actually develop people. We should not be building our downlines. We should not. And I went on a massive rally in the last 60 days of stop developing your downline, stop building your downline and start developing your downline. Start empowering them. You need to know people's color personality. This benefits people in a magnitude of ways, not just a matter of empowering their gift, but we all know when we feel like we have skin in the game, we're more invested. Right? We're more invested when our story is heard. We're more invested when we feel our gift has value. And it's important that people don't wait until they're a certain rank. And I built my business up until September based on rank. Like, you were good at, if you were a ruby or above, you were here. If you were emerald above here, if you were diamond above here, if you were a VIP, you were here. And you know what? It is not about rank anymore, you guys. And I'm so grateful, because I don't want people to feel like they're less than just because they are a rank. And we all know success takes people out. And if you are not actively working, you have no business being in my leadership. That's just the way I run. You should be working your business. As diamonds and above, we should all be getting a 4-1 every single month. I'm going a little red for a second, guys. I'm sorry. But we really should be holding that standard and that posture for ourselves. But as we're recruiting new people, it's so important that they feel a part, especially in this disconnected world, this world of uncertainty right now. They feel connected, and you can get them connected based on their gift and their color. And again, it's really about color combos. But we would be here till midnight, Cammie, if I could go far in. So I tell you, this is why I need a book.
Go far in. I mean, can somebody just drop me a fire emoji if you've even gained one iota of information from this Zoom? Ashley, every time I listen to you, I am blown away. And I was introduced to the color personalities years ago. Now, just so you guys know, prior to color personalities, I was all about the strength finders, and I was all about like love languages. I was all about love languages, color personalities,
This
this.
test, Myers-Briggs, I love them all.
Yeah. But the bottom line was becoming a student of the people that God was entrusting to you, right? So you could put them in position to win. And, you know, you guys, we were made for community. And one thing Ashley said in the beginning was, we, Christian or not Christian, the Bible says that we are the body of Christ and we all play different roles, but that's how we make up the body. And we need all of the different hard wirings that each of us have to truly meet the needs of the world. And I'm currently reading this book. It's called Find Your People. And I truly believe this isn't about finding everybody that's just like me and it'll make the world go round. No, I think we're all different. And when we honor those differences, like, we can truly make the world go round. Oh, what are you about to show me?
Oh, well, I was also going to show, I think the color personality is so important because, you know, for me, it's patterns. I can quickly identify knowing, again, doing it 4.5 years, but knowing people's top 2 colors, I can quickly identify their strengths, what they're in. When I'm doing a launch call, I'm like, hey, you're a red yellow. Did you know what that sounds like? Like reds, you're really aggressive. You have a goal you like to achieve. Would you say that's true? They're like, yeah. I'm like, cool. But you also love other people. You probably feel conflicted on the inside. You like to serve people. And they were like, yeah, that's true. And I'm like, cool. You're probably really stubborn, aren't you? And they're like, oh my God. And because I know the color personality, I can start speaking to them. It builds immediate trust. It breaks down the wall of awkwardness because they can tell I know them on a personal level. But I think it's also important to know how people are wired when you understand personalities. And again, it's not, I love the personality. That's what, like, Jesus spoke that to my heart, but maybe you like something else. But the point is whatever system that you use, it's about seeing the pattern in people. And I've read this book. I recommend it a lot. It's called The Motivation Code.
Ooh.
By Todd Henry. Highly recommend it. He lists 27 different motivators that are in here. I know John C. Maxwell in the 21 Irrefutable Laws, or no, The Leader's Greatest Return, he talks about 7 different motivators that people have, whether that's recognition, money, whatever. But this book, this to me was the color personality on crack. Like, I didn't stop talking about this book, like, honestly, for the first 2 months with my team. I'm like, buy this back. But it's 27 different motivators. And it read me to a T. Like, I realized I'm driven by a challenge. And for me, I always thought my blue could be lazy, quote unquote. Any blues ever feel that way? Like, yes, we do have lazy bones in our bodies. We want instant gratification. We want overnight success. That's just how blues are wired. But what I realized is I'm driven by one of my top 3 motivators. It's called Meet the Challenge. And it means that I actually have to be stimulated. So when a goal is not big enough, I put it off and it goes to the bottom of my to-do list because I'm not stimulated enough. It doesn't require enough energy for me to show up. And I was like, oh my God, I don't procrastinate. I'm not lazy. I'm just not stimulated. And it makes sense because it was like when I was over the finances, when we were drowning in debt. That's why we were drowning in debt, because I was over the finances. It was the bill that I had to. I know some of these young bucks don't know what a check is, but like the bill that I had to write a check, put it in the envelope, and walk it to the mailbox. It was so easy. I just couldn't do it. I would just be like, oh, I'll do it later. I'll do it later, and it's because I wasn't meeting the challenge. And so it's a good book. Again, The Motivational Code, Todd Henry. It allows you to understand other people, and it talks about your strengths and your weaknesses, and it helps you do your best work. So I'm really juiced up about understanding people. I feel like the more clarity that I have about people, the better leader that I can be in, and I can make a higher impact.
Yep. So here's the deal. Y'all are going to hear me say this right now, right here. Impact TV is definitely something my brother is running with. Ashley, I'm telling you right now, you're going to be highlighted as an Impact TV.
Oh, stop. Don't tease
color
me.
personalities. No, I'm not kidding. Like, you've had multiple people.
It's recorded. It's recorded. There's no takebacks.
I know there's no takebacks, but like, I'm just telling you, the gift that you have and the study that you have done on color personalities, people are texting in the chat, will you please write a book? You are going to write a book. Oh, you guys, somebody wants to introduce themselves. Oh, he just came in.
Is it Kamani?
This is Kamani. Come here.
Hi.
Guys, this is Kimani. Say hi to my friends. Hi. He just got home from school, and so he is running in here and hugging me like he does. He has no idea that he's on live TV with 587 people. No, but seriously, it's a gift, Ashley, and I'm thankful that we here at
Thank
Works
you.
get to understand and learn from it. And I thank you for sharing it. Don't press any buttons, please. Okay. But you guys, I want you to know, like, my understanding of color personalities was the quiz and what Mike taught us. But that was like it. That was and then all the other little things I was doing. And actually, what you have dove into and what you have uncovered is going to make us all better. And so thank you for sharing that with us today. We're your guinea pigs and we're happy to be that. But we are going to support you writing a book, and we're going to not, I don't need you to have a distraction. I want you to build It Works, but I truly believe It Works is going to be better because of your passion for, just really diving deep into the personalities of people and the hard wiring God has given them and how we can use that to really help them win, and how we can help them like get in a unique position to be their higher level self. And I think we can all agree to say after today, we're better, and this is going to help us duplicate more.
Thank you so much. That means the world to me. I appreciate that.
You're welcome. You're welcome. And so get on that book. I know you're already doing it, and we'll get on Impact, and we'll just continue to like hype that up. And then this is my Kimani, everybody. Now you can see my newest baby of the family, and he's learning all of the things. But thank you for joining us today. And we're doing our Diamond and Above calls once a month because we want to invest in you as leaders. You have to be Diamond or higher to be on this call. And we are going to put this recording out so that you guys can share this and learn from this and listen to this again. If you were like, wait, I just felt like I drank water from a fire hydrant, like me too. So I want to go back.
You did. I'm sorry.
Totally. And we will do a part 2. We will do a part 2 and we'll dive deeper. But thank you for joining us today. And y'all, thank you for the space that you've given me to do what I need to do personally. And I'm looking forward to seeing where we go from here.